Hello, Internet. My name is Roro, and welcome to my channel. I hope everyone's having a good day. Today, I wanted to talk about something I've been thinking about recently, and that's the idea of having a plan and whether or not you should stick to that plan once you make it. Sometimes things change and you don't expect it to change, and sometimes things change and you need to not change in order to succeed. So, we're going to dig into that today. So, let's get into it. So, right off the bat, let me just say this is referring to anything really. It's not specific to any type of plan, something you want to change in your personal life, something you want to work on, something you want to achieve, a timeline for traveling somewhere. This can be applied to anything that requires planning and initiative and something that you want to fulfill and something that you want to complete. So, the first thing that comes to mind for me is making a to do list, writing things down, and going from there. And I know that for like daily tasks or like stuff that I want to get done during the week, like laundry, cleaning, maybe organizing my hard drive or going to get groceries, stuff like that. I know that I need to write that stuff down or else I won't remember and I won't have any inspiration to actually do those things. But when it comes to more creative stuff, working on art, working on music, if you have ideas that you want to write down to complete, stuff like that, whenever I make a to do list for creative things, I almost never end up doing the things that I write down because I feel like it puts my mind in a box and it kind of restricts me from thinking outside of that box. And, I do art and music just for fun. And I'm sure this can apply to other things that are creative. And I don't like to put too much restrictions on myself and I don't like to overthink what I do, or else I kind of lose track of what I originally felt when I wanted to do it, if that makes sense. So, yeah, for some reason, to do lists for creative things don't work for me. But I'm sure they work for some people. Everybody's different. Some people need that structure in order to kind of fill in the blanks. And I understand that thinking, but I need to be as open as possible when it comes to stuff like that. I think what I do though is I make to-do lists in my head almost, or I kind of have lists of creative things in my head, projects I want to work on, styles I want to try, techniques I want to try, things I want to learn about more, or things I want to refine. I feel like I keep it all in my head and it is sort of organized in my brain. And that way it feels a little bit more open and amorphous and subject to change. Whereas when I see a to do list, written down or typed out in my phone, it seems very like objective and to the point. And even though you can, I guess, cross things out or like backspace and change it, it just feels like if I do that, I'm failing in some way. And that's not necessarily the case because your ideas can change, your mind can change. You may not end up wanting to do something that you felt really passionate about a week ago. And I think that's where my perception of the phrase, if you fail the plan, you plan to fail, I feel like that makes sense. But in my personal opinion, the way that seems is if you plan something and you need to fulfill it, you have to get it done by any means necessary. And sure, there are some times where that is relevant and where you really do need to just kind of persevere and push through. But I feel like sometimes that's not necessarily relevant because of everything I've been saying. Your ideas change, your plans change. Not everything needs to be that like regimented when it comes to creativity, at least in my opinion and in my experience. A big thing for me as well is just trying to not put myself down for things that I'm doing creatively. All that's doing is setting myself up to feel like I failed. And, maybe that seems weird to some people. Maybe some people have more like of that ability to just kind of put their head down and get it done. And that is satisfying. So if that is what is satisfying to you, then by all means. But I know for me personally, that just doesn't work. Also, in general, not just for creative things, but in life in general, if everything is planned out and you know exactly what you're going to do in every moment of every day, there's no spontaneity in life. And that leads to lack of excitement, like I like doing things that feel exciting. And if every single thing is written down and planned, then that's not very exciting. Sometimes, my chores will pile up or just daily life things that I need to get done, like basic stuff, going to the doctor or whatever. Sometimes I need, like I said earlier, I need a list because those are things that are very important to just get done. It's almost like things I don't want to get done are better for me to write down because then I'll have some sort of need to get them done more so than just in my brain. But if it's something that I really want to do, I don't really need to write it down because I'm not going to forget about it. You know what I mean? A perfect example is this video. I did not wake up this morning thinking I was going to make a video about to do lists, but it's what I was thinking about and it's what I wanted to talk about. So that's the fun part about these videos too, is I really just make them about whatever I'm thinking about that day and whatever sort of like feels like something that I need to get out of my head or just sift through or figure out. It's not always like super emotional and serious. Sometimes it's something as simple as getting things done or making to-do lists or not making to-do lists. And in that same vein, I've tried in the past to write out scripts for these videos or even make just like outlines for what I want to talk about, but I don't end up ever really using them because my thoughts and my ideas flow so much more natural when I just let myself talk. So yeah, I'll have like a basic concept that I want to talk about, but once I have that basic like one sentence concept or even just like a title, just an idea, I just let my mind go from there. And whatever I think about, whatever I talk about is what I end up recording. I also think at the end of the day, whatever makes it more fun is what you should do. Because I feel like with normal stuff, when I make a to do list of things I have to get done in my life, it almost feels like it's like a quest in a video game that I need to complete. And that makes it feel more fun. It makes it feel like I'm gaining experience or leveling up some sort of skill tree or something like that. It makes it more enjoyable and it gives me some sort of like external drive to get those things done. And it's more fun for me when it comes to creative stuff to just do whatever I'm feeling in the moment, not think about it, not plan anything, because that's my escape from the other stuff. So that's just what works for me. I think that's pretty much all the thoughts I have on this for now. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got some inspiration on how this can apply to your life if you're trying to get things done and you need a little bit of help. Maybe one of these things will work, maybe it won't work, but give it a try. If you feel like it's not working, at least change it up and try something new. And even if that thing doesn't end up working out, at least you know and you tried. And sometimes you really just need to jog your brain and like get out of your comfort zone in order for things to feel more fresh or new or just exciting. And then you can kind of go from there and see how you want to proceed. So yeah, thanks for watching the video this week. I just wanted to say real quick that I really appreciate everybody who's been watching my videos. We're over 50 subscribers now, and I have about 2,500 views on my channel total, which is so cool. I've only been doing this for a couple months now, and I'm really enjoying it, and I'm really happy that other people seem to be enjoying it as well. So if you like the video, I have other ones on the channel, all sort of similar topics, and I put out a new video every Sunday, so you could always come back next week for another one. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week.